Uganda has battled the scourge of unemployment for the longest time. Only a small fraction of university graduates are absorbed into the ranks of corporations, civil society, and the government. And it is known for the lack of trying on the part of the citizenry. Spurred on by the government, an entirely new education structure has been adopted by a small number of special schools to mitigate this problem.
Our vision was and still is to create job creators in future rather than job seekers.
One star shines brighter than most in this endeavor. Skyland International School. The school is located along Entebbe Mayor's Garden. Built on strong pillars of discipline, talent development, and academic excellence, the institution has introduced a number of clubs, each dedicated to a particular skill.
Well, this is a club of fashion and design, and you can make any design you want. It's so beautiful. You can think of any creativity you want to make. Like right now, I want to make a puff holder and girls in the hair.
Here in tailoring club, we have around 40 students. I'm sure they are able to make something.
Fashion is like making clothes and like joining up, like how I made this skirt. I joined it up and I'm hoping to make a shirt with it. I just want to see like my real talent in tailoring, if I can. Make something or I can't, but I know I can. And actually tailoring is pretty simple.
In tailoring, we have even colors. So they know how to mix color, this one and this one, they can match.
Well, I first cut the inches and I make sure I don't make any mistake. You have to focus on the material and you cut it very properly. I picked tailoring because tailoring can help you get self-employment in the future. Tailoring is the best that ever happened to you. You can make your own designs, gowns, shirts, Have fun. I want to have like my own brand, like the Louis Vuitton, like the Versace, like the Adidas. That's what I want in future.
To be a tailor, first is a good choice because you can't miss work.
My mom told me it's fine to have like more than one job. So I said I want to become a designer and also I want to become a scientist.
Sometimes I want to do something and one student tell me, no teacher, why did you see if we take this color, we put this, because there they don't match. I say, let us try.
Every club has its own unique thing about it.
Fashion is one of the fastest growing industries in the country. For the students at Skyland International School, the possibility of becoming the next Versace is real, thanks to the tailoring club. The Food and Nutrition Club boasts the biggest numbers.
It's interesting that this time around, actually, you're doing it with little kids. It's a little bit different when you're doing it with adults. Yeah, this is more interactive. You have to get involved with them, you have to laugh with them, you have to get them interested. So they give you back the same energy, which is actually usually interesting. If you allow me, I can tell something funny once we did in class. So I walk into class, I find everyone is a little bit moody. I don't know what had happened that day. And I'm like, guys, you know what? There's this new dance called butterfly. Could you show me a move? We actually took the first 10 minutes doing butterfly in class, but don't tell the director. It came out nice. At the end of it all, we had fun.
It's a mother's joy to see healthy children running around in the compound playing, even though they are making noise, she does not mind.
Times are fast changing. We left the indigenous kind of taste. Now it's getting more modern. People inclined towards health eating. I think there was a season when it was towards mainly the fast foods, which were the chips and so on. But now you find people really understand health and they want to eat better. So we kind of broaden it. We look at pastries, we look at bakes as well, juices, smoothies, the hotline, intercontinental. It's kind of interesting because they actually do understand this much better.
Juice is a combination of things, and there are so many things you can get out of juice. There's the beauty of juice, the taste, and the values it adds to your body.
A complete meal is actually one that covers end-to-end everything that you'll need at a go. It's not about the quantities. Yeah, it is just about balancing everything. Let's say you choose to have a chicken salad. Chicken salad basically may have some lettuce, may have some tomatoes at the side, may have some avocado. But that's on the other side. Then you're looking at something different that you'll also need to complete the meal. A meal is not complete without a starch. Fortunately, here most times when we do our menus, we say food. And when you say food, you want to list your foods as matoke and so on and so on. But when I am designing my menus, I look at something different. The foods are majorly looking at the sources, which are the sources of protein. Yeah. Then the accompaniments, maybe the foods, which are the starches. We'll cover in the matokes and so on.
People eat for a reason. People eat to live. They do not live to eat. It is healthy.
They usually come and eat what they've prepared, so that's a bonus to them as well. we can't take that away. But mostly I think because everyone sees how different it is here, the teamwork, you know. Let's say after we cook, one picks up the broom, sweeps the room, one goes down to do the cleaning, the dishes, they do everything themselves. So it's more of interactive, so you find them down, the other team is down in the kitchen picking. I think it's more interactive than anything else.
For us, it was our choice to join cookery because we look forward. There are many famous chefs that are outside there. They are living a luxurious life just because of cookery. Here, people are helping to build up their future careers. It's very important to them. You can't even see it.
Cooking is for women. That's so old school.
This is how it makes itself the number one.
Well, it's also good to have an additional skill because it keeps your mind thinking about stuff. For example, being a scientist, they really want people who really have these skills like sign language, cookery, speaking French, and other languages.
Baking is a skill. I'll do it anywhere. Trust me, I'll do it anywhere. I've baked using a charcoal stove, so I really don't need electricity. I don't need gas. I don't need anything. All I need is just a saucepan and the ingredients to use. Picture once you lose your job, what happens? What happens is a skill you pick for life. No one can take that away from me. I explained I'm a graduate with a business degree and I've worked in office and I chose to leave office. And today, I'll be honest with you, I think I'm in a much better position than I was in office then. I just want to encourage everyone who has a passion for anything, to just go ahead and push on with their passion. It's never easy, it's never simple. But at the end of the day, when you wake up the next day thinking the same thing, and you have the same drive, and just keep that positive energy, eventually you achieve.
The art club has always been a fascinating prospect for many students at Skyland International School, and the numbers prove it. Ntensebe Joseph is one of Uganda's finest painters. As many of the students at Skyland International School, his journey to stardom started as a child.
The main point was growing up in a rural area. I call many things, many beautiful stories, and what brought me to be an artist. And I've been an artist for 72 years, all my life. I was exposed to nature, heavy work, and exposed to a lot of drama and the cultural stuff. But most importantly, I was exposed to poverty. Poverty brought me to do a lot of things so that I could earn a living.
When I entered art, I was really, really excited.
There was a time when we have just introduced this club. I had a lot of students, but after realizing that there is another club called the Kukali Club, some of the students told me, Teacher Isaac, we won't come back to your class because in Kukali, we cook and we eat. So I had to motivate them again by doing a lot of good work for them, showing them how we come up with something, convincing them that we can get a lot of money out of art.
I think there is a wrong guidance of the young ones in their careers. They overlook or underrate certain disciplines of our careers.
I want to be like Da Vinci. I want to paint my own painting like how the Mona Lisa is. I want to paint my own painting like that, and it be known worldwide.
Yeah, the financial benefits are just huge.
Art which is meant in class is specifically to improve students' drawing skills, and art which is made outside class, it's mainly targeting to make money out of it. That's the difference between the two.
If I tell you I can sell a painting for 700 million, you see it on the internet, you say this is a madman. You can't believe that.
The importance of ICT cannot be overstated in the world we live in today. Computer training has been made mandatory for every student at Skyland International School in the light of this reality. In recognition of Uganda's economy being heavily dependent on agriculture, the administration at Skyland International School introduced the Agriculture Club.
For agriculture, we vary them from upper primary, that is year 4 to year 6. They are the ones who involve themselves in agriculture lessons. We train them to use a small surface area into a very big garden.
It's quite a process, but when you train these children, they are able to master. For instance, when you look at this art, this is a plastic bottle of water which was used some time back. And as Skylands, we are able to appreciate the value of wastes and we are able to recycle it. And so we are able to come out with this and we are making it as a garden. These plants are able to sustain even a school like this.
Uganda's backbone is agriculture. Agriculture is very vital.
Sign language is a unique skill that provides a plethora of opportunities. As such, the Sign Language Club was introduced to the school in 2022.
Actually, sign language is a language for deaf people, which involves visual, face, and body movement. We use our hands, our body, and the face to communicate. All my students are hearing. Personally, I'm a hearing instructor of sign language and a sign language interpreter. Since it is a language on its own, we go step by step. We have letters in sign language, numbers in sign language. We teach the language first from the first stage as we go up. So now my class is going through an earlier stage of learning letters, numbers, so that we can construct words, stories.
The thing that interested me most was the visual hand gestures. I was interested in the way people were talking to deaf people, but we also used to take it something serious, so I can talk to deaf people. I would really want to make at least 5 deaf friends, so I could talk to them easily. We would be like very close friends.
Actually, sign language is fun. It is the director's good heart. She wants inclusive education for all. Since the government of Uganda wants inclusive education, the director took it as a good opportunity to introduce sign language to these students so that they can communicate freely to that society of deaf people.
When I grow up, I really want to make so many friends who are deaf. I really want to help them get jobs. I really want to inspire them that even though you're deaf, you can still have a good meaning in your life.
There are jobs you see now on TVs, NGOs, public servants. Skylands is a school that started with a vision of promoting both academics and the co-curricular bit of it, so that when our child goes out, we produce a child who is academically upright and someone who is able to get hands-on.
The clubs were initiated 2022 last year. Given the fact that there was a COVID-19 outbreak, the idea of clubs in school came gradually. We thought it wise to partition each department in its own way.
Our vision was and still is to create job creators in future rather than job seekers.
It has helped the children with the self-identification, whereby a child identifies himself with a certain club and a skill that he or she can perform better, even though outside or inside school.
If a child has not been able to be successful academically, it shouldn't be the end of life for them. At least they can be successful somewhere else.
It's a very good idea that these clubs stand alone and all children know where to belong and know what to do.
I feel it's better to start at a tender age. We train them so that when they are there,
they are not challenged.
At Skyline International School, we have 6 clubs that are functional. I will start with those that are compulsory. When I say compulsory, I mean all students belong in those clubs from year 1 to year 6.
When you look at the work, I think you have taken a look at it. You go to the art club, the tailoring, even the little ones managed to make flowers, roses from papers. Being the first, today has been a success, basing on what the children have produced and basing on the feedback we have got from the parents.
This is a primary section from year 1 to year 7, but the children involved in clubs come from year 1 to year 6. Year 7 is left to concentrate on primary living exams.
By the virtue of what we are doing, I see Skylands having a secondary school in future, because what we are training right now in primary is what they need in secondary. We are training children who will think for themselves, not the ones that will be fed by the teachers.
Where I see the co-curricular clubs in the nearby future is very, very promising. We are really promoting education right here because they are getting these skills here in primary. When they go in secondary, they are already assured of passing these subjects because art is a subject in secondary, examinable. Sign language now is a subject examinable. Computer, examinable. Even in A-level, it's compulsory. Then tailoring, they can find it in vocational schools. So by the time this child leaves this school, they are not like a normal child who goes to a school whereby they are only focusing on the traditional subjects.
At the Skills Exhibition 2023, the star shone brighter than ever as parents and revelers had a glimpse of what it means to attend Skyland International School. The ecstatic crowd were treated to different works in art, catering, agriculture, tailoring, done exclusively by the students. And as the event drew to a close, there was little doubt left in the minds of many. Skyland International School is the school Uganda has always needed.